Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Warhammer 3 Total War, the Immortal Empires. I forgot to close the door, but I really wanted to get this video beginning from that loading screen right there, because it has something very important written on it, and you can go back and read it if you want, or you can get the abridged version from me. Particular character, I forgot the name, it was Askul, something like that. I didn't read it fully. I was like, ooh, this is very interesting, I need to record this. Says that you have these Gospodar merchants from the south coming to the north thinking that the Great Orthodoxy or that Tsarina rules Kislev and thinking that they know all, but it's not them, it's the Atamans. Because without them, the whole system would sort of fall apart, I think, is the gist of what that quote says, and it's really interesting and something to consider, but something that's also kind of reflected here, because the Atamans are very important, and I kind of have to give credit to CA. Sorry about that. Like I said, we rushed started the video and didn't really prepare for it. But yeah, like I said, I gotta give credit where credit is due. These Atamans are very important, especially because you level them up, right? So they're actually brilliant, to be honest with you. So yeah, pretty happy about that. That it's not just a little flavor mechanic that you put in a governor here and there and it doesn't really matter. No, the Atamans actually provide a very meaningful boost. I mean, look at this. Kislev is growing at an insane rate, and you know, we're just finishing the landmark construction. We're almost ready. Well, okay, not quite. In like 6-7 turns, we'll be ready to get it up to tier 4, trade city, and then an impenetrable city at tier 5. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty impenetrable. With that, Tor's lightning, health of walls and stuff increased. Obviously the garrison, the most important bit. When outside Wood Elf, Ogre, or Norscan homeland, adds walls to the settlement. That's interesting. Anyways, I do have a very specific plan for how to hold the north as well against the Norscans. You will see. It should be fairly interesting. But yeah, for now, I think we just end turn. I don't need anything from... Or actually, I do. I do need something from the Ice Court. I'm going to get a new candidate ready. It's going to take a while. It's going to be Griselda Usenko. And yeah, let's get a new Ice Maiden ready for the second army. Some lovely iced coffee with me today. And Daughters of the Forest we've encountered. I have no idea what that is. Hey, what do you want? Non-aggression pact. Yeah, no, sorry, not when I'm about to attack you. No, that's sorry about that. No, just no. Okay. Ice Court Indoctrination. That's going to be good for well, Ice Court stuff that we're doing in a minute. Also, shall we get Gospodar Governance? I think we should, because we're going to start building these hallowed wood buildings, and I want to get that cost down. Plus, I don't really need anything else right now. Ice Court decision, however, is we do get to pick Tempest or Ice for our new Frost Maiden, and I think we're going to go with Tempest, because I haven't tried Tempest yet. We have the Ice Queen herself, and you know, as fitting as it would be for her to have an Ice Queen, to have an ice-wielding apprentice, I suppose, you want to call it that. As fitting as that would be, I think this makes a little bit more sense. Let's not do that, let's do this instead. Because that way I can just jump straight into this building. I'm hoping these guys attack Belava, and then they can hold the entire region, if they want. I'm okay with them holding Lesser Tobol, and then I'll hold the woods over here, and I'll confederate the rest of the Norscans. And the Norscans? No, I won't confederate the Norscans, what am I talking about? I'll confederate the rest of the north of Kislev, and yeah.
Gullible fools!
This, oh, it's Mother Ostankaya. Yeah, it's the other legendary lord of Kislev. That's what that is. As you can see, confederating her is not an option because I don't have the Shadow of Change DLC and I don't intend to get it at the current price. You know how at the start of the video I was like, well, I really should give CA credit where credit is due. They've done these mechanics for Kislev really interestingly so that they're actually impactful and they're not just little bits of flavor that, you know, improve your units, I don't know, melee by 2% or 5% or something, which a lot of companies, sometimes even CA does with Total War games. You get these elaborate grand events and stuff, and at the end it's just like a 2% increase in something. It's like, come on, it really doesn't matter. Now, no though, now this is, yeah, this is a lot better. That is delicious coffee, sorry. Well, went on this rant before, I think most wouldn't consider it coffee, but doesn't really matter. Okay, supporters generated when fighting a battle, when constructing a building, getting a character rank. I think we should go with, I think this is Daj, right? The reason I say it's Daj is one of the gods of Slavic, one of the Slavic gods. Of course, the name of him and the pronunciation vary from people to people, but I think in my country it's called the Dajbog, which is bog is god, so yeah, the Daj god basically. Tor is, yeah, pretty obvious what that is. Ursun is, yeah, the bear from Kislev. I reckon this is more famous for Kislev than for actual mythology. And Salyak, I actually don't know. I've never heard of this. Might be a different Slavic people, might be just completely made up, but Daj I know is a thing. Anyways, I want to invoke this, I think. What else can I do with devotion? Defending Kislev against Force of Chaos will produce devotion along with pious buildings. Consume devotion by invoking the Mudland, which will boast your territory and allow you to gain supporters. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can get from this. So income from all buildings and trade, that's good. And voters, supporters when constructing a building. Yeah, I will invoke that. Thank you very much. Ice around the edges, lovely. And we've invoked that thing. So, now we should be gaining some supporters, we should be gaining a little bit of money. And hopefully soon, yeah, we're definitely going to be able to beat these orcs. No question about it. They can recruit, what, 3 more? They can have a full stack-ish of mediocre troops. I'm going to have a full stack of really good troops and a great lord and everything. I should be able to beat that easily. And I'll let the dwarves do their thing. But first of all, I'd like to know...
stands ready. Do not disappoint me.
Yeah, okay, we're going to do that. That's how we're going to declare war on the AI. That's how we're going to declare war on the... what are they? The Gloomfang. Yeah, the orcs, basically. That's how I'm going to declare war on them, because I can get something out of the whole thing, right? Which I think is pretty neat. I have to know whether these recruitment things stack... I think I can figure it out. 500. So the regular cost is 500. My cost is 300. This reduces it by 10. This reduces it by 25%. So that's 35%. Oh, Christ. Do I have my phone on me? Yes, I do. And I'm going to do a little bit of quick math here. I'm sorry, look. I genuinely am for taking time like this, but I think it's important that I do this. In fact, I'm going to do it off camera. Give me a second, because it's going to need a little bit of calculating, and I also can't seem to find my phone. Okay, so I figured it out. It took a lot of math, and it's not just a case of combining the 10% from here and the 25% from here and calculating how much is it. No, there's more to it I wanted to look into, and I'll briefly explain it. So, here's the thing. The tribal bivouac, I think. It's a French word, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Anyways, this says recruitment cost minus 25% for armies and region. And then this says recruitment cost minus 25% for armies in region. It's the same 25%. It doesn't combine into minus 50%, even though it's two different buildings, which is unfortunate. It kind of makes this just give growth, right? However, this is where it starts working. Recruitment cost minus 5% for all armies. This is added atop the 25% that's already there. The minus 30% from here will work better than this. However, once we get to tier 5 of this, it's minus 30, minus 10. That's minus 40% recruitment cost for the region. However, this doesn't combine with this. It doesn't, okay? This is what I was talking about. It took a bit of a while to figure out which percentages combine with what. The percentage from here, recruitment cost minus 10, I think that does combine. So if we get this to tier 5 and have the relief columns commandment active, we should get recruitment down to 50%. However, additional farms, one or multiple, in whether it be in Kislev, in some of the neighboring settlements or whatever, that will not matter. I'm pretty sure. But there is a way to check that as well. And I will. So we have Inkodeva, right? We have an army of Kislev here.
It cements my power.
300 to recruit Kossars with spears. Let's cross the border just to make sure we're doing science here, okay?
I deserve a large
300 to recruit them. Still. And we are across the border. See? So what I was thinking is this currently provides 30% less. So 25 plus 5, right? 30% less recruitment cost. And then 10 on top of this. If I go to Inkodeva, Inkodeva currently provides minus 25% plus 10. So I was thinking this would be 5% more expensive if it's just within the Inkodeva settlement. Inkodevna. I keep mispronouncing it, I'm sorry. Inkodevna. However, it's not. All of these buildings apply for the entire Urskoy River, and unfortunately the farms don't mix, and the farm estates don't mix with the tribal bivouac. I think it's a bivouac. So yeah, now you know. There you go. It's very important that we get to the bottom of it, right? Very important. Okay, so now that we have them, I could have recruited Tsar Guard all along, because the Tsar Guard is really good.
No grain grows here.
Okay, let's compare the Tsar Guard to the Armored Cossacks. Bit more leadership, bit more armor, melee defense there-ish. Okay, you know what? Whoops, I should have turned that off. Considering how much more expensive this is, I like this. I like the Armored Kossars. Not the best unit in the game, but I like them. When can I get the Ice Guards? At tier 4. So, okay. For this army, we're going to go with... Do we go with Kossar Spears or regular Kossars? Definitely regular Kossars, because these will be good against large. But they have less melee defense. Or actually, they have more melee defense, don't they? Yeah, they have more melee defense, but less melee attack. And less of a charge bonus. But they are more expensive, so, yeah. Okay, we're going with this, and we're going to give them an Ice Queen, or an Ice Queen, an Ice Wizard, an Ice Maiden, right? It's an Ice Maiden, and then they turn into an Ice Witch later when they, quote-unquote, grow up. Okay, so let's grab this, and then let's grab, considering that we now know these don't generate much, we can now build a Hallowed Wood, I think. Yeah, for example. Or actually, no, I'm going to build the hallowed wood here. I'm going to build a market square here. The hallowed wood, again, will not stack with each other, so having 2 hallowed woods within Urskoi River is not going to help. It's just going to provide the same bonus to the farms, which is from one building. They don't combine, which is a bit unfortunate. I think if I'm going to take away a conclusion from all of this, the conclusion would be that building bonuses from different buildings within a province do not combine, but building bonuses and commandments do combine. Generally speaking. However, this is CA and this is Total War. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's a bit more nuanced and complicated. But for now, that seems to be how it's working. And honestly, that's fine. You might say having 2 farms in Kislev is a bit of a waste. Growth is important, and the farm's income will be boosted by the hallowed wood. So, you know. Okay, you would like military access through my lands. Tell you what, we can negotiate for that. Sure, there you go. Because I don't want to fight you, pretty much ever, and yeah, I'm happy with giving you access. Very curious as to what the dwarves will do this turn. The dwarves have done absolutely nothing. Are they mustering? No, they look to be just in camp. Maybe they're doing global recruitment, probably, right? Yeah, I reckon they're doing global recruitment. Okay. Tell you what. Let's do normal stance. Deal with the Ice Maiden first. Missile strength for Hero's Army or melee attack for Hero's Army? Definitely missile strength because you're going in the Archer Army. Build this. Make sure we're keeping, we're constructing as many buildings as possible all throughout Kislev because, yeah, we get supporters that way. And I think we're ready. Yeah, we are ready to declare war. But we're going to do this the smart way. We're going to talk to... Gloomfang is at war with these guys. We're going to talk to them and we're going to go... Right, how about I join your war against Gloomfang? How much would that be worth? It's not worth a non-aggression pact or a trade deal with them, unfortunately, but it is worth a little bit of money. And honestly, I'm fine with that. Just a little bit of money will do.
The Tsarina. They will fall.
And there we go. Game says decisive victory. I trust it. It is going to be a decisive victory, but it is the only... let's give Strider to you. Leadership to you. Because you're going to be alone and outflanked a lot of the time, so you're going to need leadership. Okay. Winds of Magic are very bad in the region, but, you know, what can we do about it? This is a brand new lord, so no abilities. Their armor is really not that great. This is going to be an easy victory, but it's also the only army and the biggest army. Well, it's the biggest settlement, sorry, the most defended settlement and the only army of the orcs, and it's a long time, I think, or it's going to be a long time until we fight orcs again. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the manual battle here. Plus, on top of that, sorry, very important to stay hydrated, people. He says drinking coffee, which is kind of the opposite of staying hydrated. No, I have some water too. Don't worry about it. As I deploy, let me tell you about something. I'm going to do just the standard formation of infantry in the front, archers in the back, and so on and so forth. The auto-resolve for specifically Warhammer 3. In Warhammer 2, it was neither here nor there. In Warhammer 3, it's heavily in favor of the player. And the reason I think that is because CA realized that most of the people playing their games play on easy or normal difficulty.
You can win. You must win.
Well, I'm glad we have general speeches back, not in the same style as Rome 2, you know, had the best. Rome Total War, not Rome 2. Rome Remastered and Rome Total War, the original. Not in the same vein as those general speeches, which were the absolute best. And that is one terrifying kitty cat. But they are some form of general speeches, I guess, so proof of that. I think CA realized that the majority of their player base plays on normal or easy difficulty and auto-resolves pretty much all of their battles. You might think, well, no way that's true, Juggernaut. It's Total War, and Total War manual battles have always been a thing, right? And most people auto-resolve the battles that they know they can win, and fight manually the ones where what's it called? The auto-resolve says you will lose. Yeah, that's true for the passionate players of Total War. Players that know how to play the game, have a lot of experience with it, and play it a lot. The average player of Total War will not join the Total War Reddit, will not join the Total War... will not watch Total War gameplay, right? So we're talking about the average player of Total War who has like a couple of dozen hours in the game. And like 2 achievements or something. We're talking about really the average experience. And the average experience is people don't play their battles manually. Sometimes they do, but very rarely, and they only do it when the auto-resolve tells them they're going to win. If the auto-resolve tells them they're going to lose, they're just going to auto-resolve lose and be like, too bad, I'll reload, or I'll try and do something differently, or I'll try and rebuild an army, or whatever. But a lot of people reload. So, yeah. As a result, I think the company, or CA, wanted to make it easier for people to auto-resolve everything. And that includes the fact that they've geared auto-resolve heavily in favor of the player. But it's not just that, I kind of approve, because the auto-resolve, at least in my case, very often underestimates the player. And this way, I think it's a little bit more realistic, and it's a little bit in line with how I use it, and that's to skip the boring battles, where I know I'm going to win, where there's nothing interesting happening, but before, in the past, you had to play those battles manually because the auto-resolve was so bad and will lose so many units. Now, they still lose more units than I do when I fight manually, but it's to an acceptable level, right? Especially with high troop replenishment and stuff in most armies nowadays. So, yeah, there you go. I guess you've learned something today, right? I guess. Okay, I like that. Power recharge plus 120. Let's get that power recharged. Alright. Yeah, that works. That works. Maybe not ideal, but that works. Okay, they're gonna slowly make their way towards us. Please move, please move, please move, please move. Okay, you dodged most of the arrows. That's good. Let's get both you and the leopard in the woods nearby. That's it, my pretties. Bunch up like that. Beautiful. Instead of hitting 1 unit, I hit 3. Lovely. And now we can start actually shooting at the enemy. Conditions acceptable. It's probably the coolest war cry in the Empire. Like, conditions acceptable. I need to target some of these manually, I'm afraid. I don't want to, but looks like I'm gonna have to. They have the high ground for their archers, but they don't have the high ground for, Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the 2 leopards to fight the chaos trolls and everything else to fight here. You, I'm gonna need on the other end of the battle. Maybe we could just keep dodging these things. Wait on the ice spikes. Get this down. Beautiful. Okay, now That's a problem. Okay. Back it up. Plenty of targets back there. Let's do that. I don't like pausing like that, I really don't, but there's a lot happening at the exact same time, and, well, the AI can issue 500 orders in a second. I'm limited by both my physical body and technology, so, yeah. Unfortunate as that is. And actually target the Orc boys. You can target them. We all fighting the trolls. Why are we all fighting the trolls? Can you please not fight the trolls? Fight the Orc arrow boys, please. Thank you. And you can fight. Actually, go fight the Orc boys now, because that's a thing. Okay, target them. You can get out of the way. You can target them now. And that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Okay, lovely. There we go. That should be army losses. Unit's been wiped out. That's the leopard. That's expected. Okay, I think that's army losses for the enemy. At least it should be. Oh, this guy fighting the armored Cossars, but it's not going to do him much good. It's not army losses yet. But it'll happen, right? It's sort of any minute now. Right? There we go. Easy battle, like I said. Still took a bit of maneuvering, but at the end of the day, we lost, like... Okay, the Winged Lancers lost a bit of HP, but they held off this flank with the Leopard on their own. And on the other flank, we took a few casualties with some of the Cossars, but... I mean, it's a giant Orc army. Some casualties were inevitable. But there we go. Slice of victory. Relatively minimal losses. And the important thing for me is I didn't get the Snow Leopard down to 1 HP again. I don't know. I think it started doing that once I got the Snow Leopard that I can summon. Is it thinking that... Is it mixing up this leopard with the one that she summons during auto-resolve and the one that decays and then is left on 1 HP but doesn't die because it can't die from decaying? Or are the two connected? Like, is it somehow thinking that this leopard is summoned or whatever, or calculating it as if it's summoned during the auto-resolve? Or it's just charging it straight into all the enemy infantry at once. So that's also an option. I don't know, genuinely, but yeah. Okay, so I could sack it. But I'm not going to get much money out of it, and I'd rather just occupy this. Also, to be honest, I'd rather be raiding. I would. To be honest, I'd rather be raiding this. You know what, you seem to really be somehow pro-Norscan this episode. Look, it's pure accident, I swear. Escort Sled is at rank 23. Okay, just making sure. Oh, she can boost Snow Leopards. They get speed and stalk. Okay. I'm not sold on it yet, but okay. She can boost Ice Guard units, very important. That's just pure speed for her, and then eventually ward save for the entire army. That's also really good. Tell you what though, I'll get magical reserves for now, and I'll get the Leopard V2, and I don't mean the tank, I mean the unit. Okay. The Bear's Teeth. Obviously, we have a lot of bonuses from faction, technology and stuff, but this place is uninhabitable. And as a result, I don't think income would matter all that much. I don't think this is going to be that important. We're not going to do any recruitment. I think Purge the Steppes is going to be the permanent commandment here, because we're not going to get much in the way of recruitment, income, or anything from this territory. But like I said, we're not looking for that. We're just looking for the pure territory of it, because it's a whole province, and it'll give me an extra ataman. So yeah, that's the whole reason we're here. We have a warbear on the Patriarch, and the Patriarch on a warbear is probably the most Slavic thing I can imagine. Do with that information as you will, but there you go.
None shall question me.
Okay, and then we just have Belava left, which we can go down to probably 2 turns from here.
Mistress of
But I reckon that it most likely the dwarves are going to occupy that, and then I can go. I'll tell you what. If the dwarves occupy it, we go. We take the northern road and go back to fight the vampires, most likely. Don't know for sure, but yeah, most likely I think that's what's going to happen. The Red Eyes still haven't made progress on this front, which is interesting. Wait, is this river not traversable? I think it's not. Is it?
No higher authority.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Huh. Okay. Good. That means that I'm protected from the south pretty much. Where can they cross? They can cross at Torsk probably. And I don't know if they can cross this way. Doesn't look like it. I mean, probably at Voltsara, so it's not. I'm not that protected, but still. Pretty good, I like that. Okay, let's get some more units here. I would like 2 units of Winged Lancers and 2 units of Kossars, I think. Obviously, income is going to suffer a little bit, but we're going to put these armies to good use. Yeah, eventually. Okay, so Daughter of the Forest, nothing. Dragina, nothing. Let's go. Non-aggression pact. Oh, they've been severely weakened. They lost a battle to the Boyar Assembly, and that's what happened. First, the Boyar Assembly lost a battle to the Red Eyes, and then vice versa. Pretty sure that's what happened. They most likely overextended, or they lost to the Lamian Sisterhood. Because that's who they're fighting, apparently.
Kislev.
Okay, now, however, we're much stronger, and as you can see, a lot of people are interested in trade agreements with us, which is what we're going to get. And then let's go Opsman clan.
Others may rule Kislev in name, but I am your true authority.
We'll see about that later.
The snow.
Kislev's chosen.
And then
Kislev.
the Great Orthodoxy wants to trade as well. Okay.
Blade dance ceremony welcomes.
What about you, Dragina
The
folk?
ice court.
There we go.
Kneel to heed me.
The Great Orthodoxy.
Family will be hung. Your cities raised. Your history expunged.
Okay.
As the
Want to trade?
Heed my hexes.
For real though, like, come on, it's pretty ridiculous. Daughters of the Forest, you do want to trade with me. However, I don't want to trade with you. I want to wage war on you, probably. Though you are technically a lot stronger than I am, and you are far away from me. Yeah, I'm not going to bother you for now. Let's
Lord of all.
Kislev.
have that stay where it's at. The Tsiarovichina. Ah, because they're ruled by the Tsiarov family. Tsiarov means that or the one who belongs to the Tsar, as in the Emperor. So having the name Tsiarov, yeah, Tsaryov, sorry, it's a bit weird. So, I mean, like, okay, we all belong to the Tsar in that we're, you know, subjects of the Tsar or whatever, I guess in that sense, but...
Me!
Not really. Doesn't really make sense for a sovereign nation, I guess, or, I guess you could call it the Tsaryo-Vishina, Oblast? Which would mean that, you know, it's his oblast, but not in his region, but... I talked about this before, some of these things just sound a little bit... They sound
The single most
familiar
important
enough to sound a little bit off, you know? Anyways, the Motherland Undivided. You know what? Sure. You're offering me money for it, why not? I was going to be like, oh, I don't want to trade with them because I'm going to fight them, but they're very far away. Not going to have to fight them for a long time. Ah, there we go. The dwarves finally attacked. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'll take the forest. They can take the lands down south of the forest, and I'm okay with that. That's good. Let's go. Force march. Take the northern road.
our orthodoxy.
Control here would be... Yeah, see, without this, we'd be losing control of this area. Even with the control building and this thing. Okay, I'm fine with that, though. I'm happy with the way things currently are. We're recruiting units, and yet our income keeps going a little bit up, because we're also building a load of stuff. So, very happy about that, too. I have just one question.
Skilled may serve.
This guy is obviously going to get Route Marcher and is then going to focus on this, and only then going to focus on this. That's sort of the build I have in mind for Kislev Koski. You know what? I need to change that. You're going to be... It's Cheslav, right? It's Ch? Cheslav? Teslav? It's one of the two. But it's not going to be Bukovsky. It's going to be Bukovsky. Why? So it's easy to pronounce? No, Bukovsky, obviously, the author, right? Yeah. And I'll keep the first name. Actually, that's not a bad idea to rename them as... It's not a bad idea at all to rename some of the lords as literary figures from Polish, Slavic, Czech, classic, or, you know, all-time classic novels and stuff like that. That's not a bad idea at all. Also, today I've realised that I've asked for names for units and stuff like that, and I haven't actually released the first episode for this yet. I'm still recording it. This is a bit of a backlog of about 4 or 5 episodes, I think. So I will get to it, but to be fair, I'm still sort of building everything up, and I don't want to give names to units that might die and might disappear easily and stuff like that. I mean, this is a level 1 lord. It doesn't really matter, right? So, but for some of these units, like, definitely. Yeah. Alright, let's get Trade Quorum. Let's get, I think here we said we're going to get a Hallowed Wood, right? Yeah, here we're going to get a Hallowed Wood. And a Farm Estate. And I am pretty happy about that. Later down the line, we might want to remove this Farm Estate. But we still need the growth from it. The income's nice, but we don't get recruitment bonus from it. But when this one's finished, we might want to remove this one. I'm just going to try and make a mental note of that. Remove this one and replace it for a market. Or an Orthodoxy shrine, but probably a market, because I don't think I'm going to need another Orthodoxy shrine. Yeah, I get devotion from buildings over here as well. Yeah, that'll do, okay. Ice Court requires attention. What do we want for Griselda Senko? Perfect Vigor or Vanguard Deployment? Perfect Vigor. You're going to be running around a lot. Vanguard Deployment is nice, but it's not that nice.
I do it for Kislev.
I'd rather you have Perfect Vigor so you can run around a bit more.
Move! I command it.
Okay. Question is, what do we do next? Ooh, these guys are a bit endangered over here, but at the same time, not really. We need to get control back of the Ungol steppes from the Bone Rattlers. How close am I to confederating someone? We can start negotiating with. What's your relationship to me? Okay, how about a medium gift?
Kislev.
Okay. Okay. Get a bit of a gift going towards you, and I think I can confederate you in certain scenarios. That's going to be a whole new province. I already have an army to send to defend it, in case something happens. It's also going to open up a front against the orcs over here, and yeah, I'm kind of encroaching on Empire's territory, but they're not able to take control of it. I will. I'll get Vitzi as well if I confederate them. Shotgun diplomacy. Raid a region belonging to any of the following enemies of the Ropsman clan. Our countries. No. So 40 diplomacy with them and 100 or 1,300 gold ducats. If I do it. It's so far away though.
Fine.
Kislev.
They're back down to minus 52. Okay. I think it's because they're not fighting anyone, that's the problem. I'm gonna need to look into how to confederate people more effectively, because
None shall question me.
this isn't gonna really work, I don't think. And the corruption down here is so bloody high. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do that mission as much as I want to. Although, I either just got it or I'm about to get this. Yeah, it's 50 to 99, so I'm pretty sure I have this already. Bit more leadership, bit more speed, control, and diplomatic relations with all the Kislev factions. Actually, I can check. Technology commandments faction 6 I don't know. One of those. Alright. Keep building stuff, because that's how we get support. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One Ice Queen. 8 of those. 2 of those. How many frontline troops do I have in this army?
Highborn, son.
Yeah, give me, I'll get 2 with, great weapons just to be different. Yeah, let's get 2 with great weapons just to be different, and we'll leave space for the Ice Queen. Again, Ice Queen. Frost Maiden. Okay, and now, Protector. An Ice Maiden is seen as a boon and protected by the common soldier of Kislev. How should she bolster the such faith the folks have in her? Province protection or army protection? So, -4 corruption or attrition, casualties suffered from all attrition. I think -4 corruption. Generally, I tend to avoid attrition just by encamping. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this army instead. So, province protection, you know, hero of the people and all that good stuff, will remove protection once we're in an area. And that's going to be very important when we start fighting chaos or vampires and stuff like that. Well, I don't really think there is vampires around here anymore, but yeah. Once we start fighting people like that, I think it's going to be, well, people, quote unquote. It's going to be, I think, a lot more important. Okay, let's move you down there, and why are you going so slowly? Your faction, yeah, let's move this to fastest. I don't need you to move that slowly. I can speed things up. And okay, I think that's it, right? Yeah.
You
guys want to trade? No. I'm a bit hemmed in now, is the problem. I was sort of hoping that these guys down south would fall to Dryker or the Orcs or something. But yeah, it turns out no. These guys are good. These guys are stronger now. These guys in the north might be facing some problems, and I'm there to help if they want it, but they have 2 full provinces. Things are calm in Kislev, and honestly, that's not good for the Ice Queen, because she needs a crisis right now in places outside of her own control, so that we can intervene and get control over more territories.
Who calls?
That said, I really don't want to be fighting Kislevites.
You miss.
We'll see, we'll see. Alright, let's just end the turn one more time, and we're going to call it here. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember to like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned with the rest of the content that I produce on this channel. For those of you that are feeling particularly generous, there is a option to support the channel financially through Patreon or channel membership down in the description below. And yeah, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Until next time, my name is Juggernaut. Have fun, take care, and bye-bye.